Yeah, sure. Simon, you've made a point with the bat of going sort of really hard all season. Was there ever any thought to dial it back a little bit when you're chasing a target of sort of 7 and over 140?
I don't think so. I think we got ourselves into trouble when we started to second guess what we should do. We didn't get the rub of the green in my opinion, and on days like today you need a little bit of luck. But no, I can't fault the way that the boys played it. I think if you look at the very end, Daniel Sams just needed somebody to bat with him, and unfortunately we kept losing wickets, but such is the nature of the game. But I can't fault the way that we play our cricket and how we want to go about our business. We're always going to look to be positive and always look to take the positive option under pressure. I think it's very easy to look back and be like, oh, don't you think you could have knocked it around? But if we had got ahead of the game in the power play, it would have made that middle period so much easier, and it would have forced Somerset's hand to try and make a play. It didn't happen for us tonight, but extremely proud of how we've gone about our business this campaign. And unfortunately we're the losers tonight, but I think the way that we've played the whole competition, you can't fault.
So you didn't think you got the rub of the green? What were the
well, just like
against
Adam Rossington's dismissal, he's hit it half a metre either side of Casey Aldridge, and it's a boundary. Samsy getting out at the end there, a one-handed specky. Like you look back at those little things, and I think through the day, in the Hampshire game and tonight, there were a lot of nicks that went for four, and that's a type of luck you need. You just need things to go your way, and those are the little moments. I think if those fall in your favour, then you're halfway there.
Was there another one with the Critchley catch of Lewis Gregory? Did you have a view on whether that should have been given out? And obviously Somerset then got a little partnership from there which helped get them up to that score.
Yeah, I think again it's easy to look at that decision and say that it changed the game, but at the end of the day, as long as the decisions are consistent, you saw with the Mitchell Stark dismissal, I don't want to say too much, but if that's the precedent, then I think the right decision was made. Ultimately you need to get your hands underneath the ball, and it was 50-50, so I think it was the right decision, and if we were on the other end, I'm pretty sure we would have felt that it was not out, so I don't have any qualms with the decision that was made.
Cheers.
Anything, Matt? When Daniel Sams was going there at the end, did you really think you could get across the line?
Yeah, I think if you look at how close some of our games have been in this competition and years gone by as well, there was definitely still belief there. I think we just needed a couple of wickets in hand. I think it was a tall ask to ask Sam Cook to be there for sort of 30 odd runs, but I mean he tried his best, and Sam's had an unbelievable tournament, and if there was anybody that could have won the game from that situation, it was him. So he showed his class, but unfortunately he couldn't do it all by himself.
Matt Henry turned the game just as Adam and Dan were sort of like really settling into the stride. I mean, he's a really world-class fast bowler. I know he's obviously maybe the first was maybe a little bit fortunate, but the second of Michael and Dan was high quality fast bowling, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he got the ball really full. It was doing a little bit nipping, and like you say, he's a world-class bowler, and when he's got a wicket where he gets a bit of assistance out of, he knows what to do. I thought they bowled exceptionally well and out-bowled us in that aspect. But yeah, hats off to Somerset. They were the better team tonight, and yeah, they outplayed us.
Okay. Nick?
Just going to ask, obviously 4 years ago, you came out on the right end of it. I mean, it sounds silly to ask how different this feels, but I mean, even just from a conditions perspective, I mean, certainly when you obviously start that day and you bowled one over in the final time, how different was it as a day overall?
I don't know, it felt very similar to 2019, obviously the wicket was a lot different, a lot more assistance for the fast bowlers, and I think the conditions dictated how we needed to go about our business today, and the seamers needed to do the bulk of the work. And I think if you look at our campaign, a guy like Shane Snate has bowled 1 or 2 overs through the competition in any given game, and when the conditions suited, he really put his hand up. As with Paul Walter, he's been so dependable, and Daniel Sam. So obviously you want to try and impact the game positively, and you want to be the person who's winning games for the team, but sometimes, especially as a captain, you need to make smart cricketing decisions, and that's all I was trying to do. I would have loved to have bowled 4 overs for 2 for spit, but it's just the way that tonight went, and I think ultimately the right decisions were made, but we couldn't chase them down.
Was that the Aaron Beard pick as well? I guess there might be a temptation to go with the extra batter in there. And was it just the sense that the seamers would have to do the bulk of the work that meant they went with the extra seamer as well?
Yeah, I think Beardy is our point of difference. He's got a bit of extra pace, he swings the ball. A lot of our bowlers sort of look to nip the ball, hit the top of the stumps, so he's always been the guy for us. That's been our point of difference. So yeah, that was the thinking behind him.